Hey everyone, this is Kristen from KristenCoaching.com. Thank you so much for joining me for this video today. I'm really excited because we're going to be talking about kind of a touchy subject for some couples. And that has to do with if your spouse or your significant other earns more money than you do, and really how to make the relationship work if there's a big discrepancy in the amount of income that both of you are bringing in. The reason that this type of conversation can really be touchy is because usually for the person who is making less in the relationship, it can bring up a lot of insecurities and doubts and maybe feeling some sense of inadequacy. Also, the person who's making more money can sometimes feel, awkward or uncomfortable because they don't want to necessarily boast about their career and their income in front of their other half who maybe isn't making as much or might be feeling some insecurities around that. I get some questions about, should I break up with my significant other or my spouse because he or she makes so much less than I do? My answer to you is no. I do not think that you should be breaking up just for this reason of a financial disparity. I think as long as both people are contributing to the relationship by getting a job, working, contributing to bills, household incomes, essentially doing the best they can, I think that's fine. Throughout my relationship, I have made more than my significant other. I've made less than him. It's been a balance, and we have always contributed to the household expenses together. So it's what happens in relationships, especially if you're in for the long haul. I think it's pretty rare when two people make, the exact same income. And a lot of times there is a big difference between the two. So I'm going to be talking about how to navigate through that today for you guys and for your relationship, because it's really important to learn just what to do, if this happens, to avoid conflict and avoid any rifts that are going to be happening due to the financial disparity. So this is how you guys get through it, okay? So the first tip I have is you have to have a dialogue about what's going on, okay? You have to engage in conversation about the fact that one person is making a certain amount and the other person is making a certain amount. Come up with a plan together of how you're going to divvy up the finances of the relationship. I really strongly suggest that, the person who is making less be kind of ratioed out, right? So if they're making maybe only 25% of your income, then maybe that they should be paying for 25% of the bills and not do necessarily 50-50, because that might not be fair. It's just important to have a dialogue about the fact that there is a discrepancy and tackle it together of how you guys are going to be doing this. That way both of you feel like you're a team and you're a contributor. Also, this is a good time to bring up any types of, insecurities or feelings that come up with the fact that one person's making more than the other. If it's not a problem for you guys, great, then it's not a problem. But a lot of couples, it is an issue, and they do have certain feelings around it. So my suggestion is to get it out and get it open and talk about it. You guys are a team at the end of the day, and you want to be authentic and honest with each other. Okay, so that's my first tip for you. My second tip is going to be create a guilt-free environment. Okay, and this especially goes for the person who's making more money than the other. Again, as long as both of you are having a job and you're contributing and you really are doing the best you can. There's some careers where, it's really harder to kind of go up on the scale faster. Some kind of careers you top out pretty quickly and you're never going to be making a certain amount. And I just think it's really important that in any type of a healthy relationship, you want to have a guilt-free environment for the person who is making less. Also a guilt-free environment for the person who's making more too. It's nothing that the person who's making more should be sad about or feel guilty about, So you just want to have a really accepting type of mindset for what is coming in, and knowing that no matter what, your partner is doing the best they can and your partner deserves what they're making, unless of course it's too low. That's different. You might want to have a dialogue about, hey honey, you're worth more than this. Why don't we encourage each other for you to maybe get another job so you can earn more because you deserve that? That's a completely different topic. But for this type of a situation, if you're going to be staying in the jobs that you guys have, support each other in that, and don't be guilt tripping each other no matter where you guys are on the income-based scales. And then my third tip for you is just remember and have this mindset as well that all contributions are equally as important. So the person who's putting in maybe 25%, 10%, 15% of the household income is important. That's a big chunk of their paycheck, and they're trying and they're contributing. So for the person who's making more, not to make the person who's making less feel bad about that, and to really value the fact that both of you guys are a team working together to make your lives work out. And that is worth something, and that's meaningful. So to really appreciate that. The second, or not the second tip, but the next tip has to do with, just in general, and I kind of talked about this in tip number 1, is make decisions as a team. This way, if there is discrepancy in the income, both of you guys are coming together on equal playing fields. So you guys are feeling like you're a team. What types of things are you spending money on? What types of things can you kind of cut back on and save? Do you want to save? What does that look like? Kind of just coming up with a financial plan for your household that works for you. What's your budget? What does that work for you guys? Just having that equal contribution of ideas on how to make things work is really, really important to do. And then the last tip is to just be fair with the expenses in general. Whatever you decide to do, make sure that both of you guys are happy with it. You guys have to come together to a decision that you feel secure about and you feel good about. Again, guilt-free environment, making sure that the ratio of contribution is equal to the pay that the person is bringing in, and just, supporting one another in whatever endeavors you have. I think it's always important to encourage each other in your guys' career, encourage each other to be your best selves, be the best you can be. And again, sometimes careers don't pay as much, and that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. As long as you're happy in your career and you're fulfilled and you really love what you're doing, sometimes you are going to cap out at a lower amount. And you know what? You guys have to decide if that's okay for your relationship where one person is making less than the other. Sometimes financial gains and being so high on the scale isn't necessarily what all couples and relationships want or need. So you guys have to decide what works for you. But I hope that these tips are helpful for you today. I encourage you to go ahead, start this dialogue, start this mindset, get it going, because I don't want to have any type of disagreements or arguments happening as a result of a financial discrepancy. Okay, so hopefully these tips will be helpful. Feel free to write me below, ask me any questions. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I'll see you guys next time for my next tip. Take care. Bye.